Right now, I live in Osaka, work as a senior chief, and I'm building my way toward financial freedom. I'm documenting every step along the way. But 2 years ago, I didn't even know if I'd survive my first month in Australia. My name is Arda, and I'm originally from Turkey. At a very young age, I started fencing. That journey lasted exactly 12 years. While everyone my age was out having fun, I was training too, sometimes 3 times a day. I hated it most days, but it gave me something most people don't get until much later in life: how to make decisions under pressure, how to think fast, how to lose and get back up immediately. I competed at different levels across Turkey, earned several titles, and represented my country abroad more than once. I thought fencing would be my entire life. I had no idea it would end much sooner than I expected. A serious injury ended my professional fencing career. I went to university away from my family in Istanbul and graduated with a degree in electrical and electronics engineering. Today, I work in a field that has nothing to do with that degree. But looking back, university gave me something I didn't recognize at the time. A different way of thinking, doors I didn't know were opening. After graduation, I moved back to my family's hometown. 1 week later, everything changed. The earthquake lasted around 2 minutes. It felt like 20. The only thing I could think about was protecting my younger sister. Everything else disappeared. When it stopped, finding everyone alive was the biggest relief of my life. My city, the streets I grew up playing in, my childhood, all of it gone in a single day. We didn't even understand how big it was until we made it out of the city. We lost almost everything, but we still had each other. I didn't know it yet, but that earthquake would completely change the direction of my life. The earthquake changed how I saw everything. I understood, in a way I never had before, that any day could be my last. Our days were numbered, and I didn't want to keep living with the regret of things I never did. Coming that close to death gave me 3 months of sleepless nights. Trauma I didn't yet know how to deal with. But underneath that, it gave me something else too: courage. A friend gave me an idea: move to Australia. My family had already relocated to another city after the earthquake, so my mother was the only person I got to say goodbye to. That was harder than I expected. My city was already gone. But leaving the land, the people I actually knew, for somewhere I'd never seen, got heavier the closer it got. I applied for the simplest visa I could find. It came through fast, and I moved to Brisbane. The flight was 17 hours. I genuinely don't know how much of it I slept through and how much I was just awake, staring at nothing. Landing, I was buzzing with excitement. My new life hadn't even started yet, and it already felt huge. Looking back now, my English wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it was. I was just afraid of making mistakes. Then, on my first day at the hostel, someone broke that wall for me. I haven't stopped talking since. I spent 1 full year of my 2 years in Brisbane working at that backpacker hostel in exchange for a room, working 2 jobs at the same time most of that year. But the first 2 months I didn't work at all. I just partied, met incredible people from all over the world, had experiences I'd never had before. At first, it felt like freedom. A few months later, it felt like I was wasting my life. The discipline 12 years of fencing built into me doesn't just disappear. It waits. And it caught up with me. I questioned the life I was actually living, and it wasn't the one I wanted. After a New Year's Eve party, I quit drinking. Completely. No slow taper, no cheat days. Just done. And I started saving for the next goal, Japan. In 1 year, I saved over 8,000 Australian dollars. It wasn't a fortune, but for me, it meant something much bigger than money. It meant I finally had options. I could stay in Australia. I could move somewhere new. For the first time in my life, I wasn't making decisions because I had to. I was making them because I chose to. I stayed off alcohol entirely. I ran every single day, even after long shifts at the hostel. Little by little, I became someone I was proud of. I felt unstoppable. I still had 2 more years left on my visa. I could have stayed, saved more, played it safe. I listened to my gut instead. In January 2025, I moved to Japan. And, just like that, I wasn't unstoppable anymore. I was starting from zero again. Except this time, the mountain was bigger. A language I didn't speak. An alphabet I couldn't even begin to read. For the first time since Australia, I couldn't read a single street sign. Communication was hard. My first 2 weeks were just spent learning how to get from one place to another. It was hard then. It's still hard now, some days. But I was lucky. The people in my share house helped me land on my feet. 3 months after arriving, I got hired and met a manager who genuinely changed things for me. I'm now in my 2nd year at that same job, working as a senior chief. I still don't drink. I quit smoking 8 months ago, mid-boxing session actually. I looked at what was left of the fitness I used to have and it broke something in me. It's still one of the best decisions I've made in the last year. I never stopped moving through any of it. Boxing, got injured, stopped, came back, cracked a rib, stopped again. Swimming, running, always running. Right now, it's bouldering. I stay busy, not because I have to, because I've learned exactly what happens to me when I don't. I don't know where I'll be 5 years from now. Maybe still in Japan, maybe somewhere else entirely. Maybe every business I'm building fails. Maybe one of them changes my life. Either way, I'm documenting all of it. This isn't the end of the story. It's where the real one begins. This is day one.